Call the September 8th regular meeting to order at 5 p.m. Mr. Walk.
Here.
Ms. Gonzalez.
Here.
Ms. Rivas.
Here.
Mrs. Rudy.
Here.
And Mr. Rawls here. Item number 2, public communication, closed session items. Members of the public may address the board on items not on the agenda. Speakers will be allowed 3 minutes unless the time limit is waived by a majority of the board. The board will allow comments by members of the public on an agenda item during consideration of the item. The board may limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentation, depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard. The president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask that additional persons speak only if they have something new to add. Complaints against specific district employees should be resolved through the district's personnel complaint procedure. The right to address the board does not exempt the speaker from any potential liability for defamation. The proceedings of the board are recorded and are a part of the public record. At this time, does anybody have anything to address the board? All right, seeing none, we'll go to closed session at 5:01 p.m. Welcome to the September 8th board meeting. Item number A is our flag salute, and tonight it's going to be led by students from Barrington Elementary. Come on up.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you. Item B, report out of action taken at closed session. There was nothing to report tonight. Item 5, public communication agenda and non-agenda items. Members of the public may address the board on items not on the agenda. Speakers will be allowed 3 minutes unless time limit is waived by a majority of the board. The board will allow comments by members of the public on an agenda item during consideration of each item. The board may limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentation, depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard. The president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask that additional persons speak only if they have something new to add. Complaints against specific district employees should be resolved through the district's personnel complaint procedure. The right to address the board does not exempt the speaker from any potential liability of defamation. The proceedings of the board are recorded and are part of the public record. At this time, does anybody wish to address the board on any non-agenda or agenda items? Seeing none, item number 6, approval of the agenda. Go ahead, Frank.
I make the motion to approve the agenda with the removal of action item E.
Can I get a second on that?
I second that.
Mr. Walk? Aye. Ms. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Ms. Rivas?
Aye.
Ms. Rudy?
Aye.
Ms. Cabral? Aye, 5-0. We will remove action item number E. Section number 7, information and discussional items. Item A, spotlight on Herd Barrington Elementary.
Superintendent Mr. Pruitt, members of the board, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Seha, and all of our valued community members joining us this evening. My name is Kavita Dollywell, and I am the principal at Herd Barrington. I also have Mrs. Julia Cope, our learning director at Barrington. Thank you for the opportunity to share our work at Herd Barrington Elementary. We are excited to be kicking off our new school year and all the amazing things that will be happening with our students and our families. One of our highlights for this year is our new SOAR initiative. Understanding the importance of working together as a school community, we created SOAR to help meet the academic, social, and emotional needs of our students. SOAR was truly a group effort developed with valuable input from our teachers and staff to ensure it reflects the needs of our classrooms and our students. So SOAR is safe, organized, accountable, respectful. At Heard Barrington, our mission is to ensure that all students soar by strengthening our community, fostering a positive and inclusive culture, and building strong relationships. These priorities guide our work and create foundation for student success. So we are working on building communities, shaping culture, growing relationships. So together we soar. Here are some examples of how each student can show that they soar throughout our school. Our staff have spent valuable time with our students on the importance of SOAR, and we have posters around the school and within our classrooms to remind students to soar every day. These are just some examples in our classroom, how each student can show SOAR in our playground, cafeteria, walkways. We also have for restrooms, assemblies, and other things. And we're excited to kick this off this year. And we do have some students that would like to share more about SOAR. So we'll start with Mariana.
Hi, my name is Mariana Gonzalez, and I am in 5th grade in Miss Garcia's class at Heard Barrington Elementary. I'm going to present the S in SOAR. The S in SOAR stands for safety. It is very important for us students to feel safe at school. To feel safe in school, we do lockdown drills, fire drills, and earthquake drills. I feel like the teachers care about us and care for us to feel safe and be safe. Another way we feel safe is having yard duties watching over us during lunch and recess. One example is in 3rd grade, there was a false alarm lockdown, but our 3rd grade teacher took it very seriously and hit us. There was no lockdown, but our 3rd grade teacher made sure we were safe. This is an example on how safety matters in school.
Hi, my name is Olivia Thibodeau, and I'm in 5th grade in Mrs. Dalton's class at Heard Barrington Elementary. I am going to present the letter O in SOAR. The O in SOAR represents organization. We use organization in many areas of our school day. We can demonstrate organization on the playground by using and storing equipment properly. We show organization in the cafeteria by lining up in lunch line order. We also show organization in the cafeteria by throwing away our garbage. Another way we show organization is during assemblies by coming in quietly and sitting where we are supposed to. Lastly, we use organization in the restrooms by keeping it clean. Being organized helps us have a productive day.
Hi, my name is Maddox Souza. I am a 5th grade student in Miss Stevens' class at Heard Barrington Elementary. I'm going to tell you about the A and R in SOAR. It represents accountable and respect. An example of being accountable is being ready to listen and learn. I can be respectful by following the rules of the school and being accountable. That is about the A and R in SOAR.
So we also have some other students that we got to.
What does SOAR mean to you?
SOAR means to me to be respectful, kind, and helpful.
Mackenzie, how do you feel about our new SOAR?
I feel really more confident and I like our new SOAR.
Gianna, how does SOAR help our school?
It keeps us safe, organized, and accountable and respectful.
Chad, how do you feel about our new SOAR?
I feel like it helps us with new rules and being more organized and respectful.
MJ, how does SOAR help our school?
SOAR helps our school because it's a great helpful community. School is something that we all need to learn education and get our physical and emotional things in common, and then we can share and have friends around us no matter what.
Who are we?
Eagles!
What do we do?
So some upcoming things happening at Barrington. We have our monthly character trait of the Assembly Awards. We will be starting our student council elections at the end of September. We have our fall carnival on October 17th, Red Ribbon Week, and our winter program. So if you're able to join us for any of those things, we would be happy to have you. And we are looking forward to a great year. Thank you so much.
Item B, student board member report, Venicia.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to be going from the beginning of school, so it might be a little long, so bear with me. So from the first day of school, our seniors had their senior sunrise, in which the senior class met an hour before school started, where they could enjoy breakfast, pictures, and conversation with each other. The following week was rivalry week against Gustine, which we had dress-up days for. Monday was college attire, Tuesday was Disney, Wednesday was Pink Out, Thursday beach day, and Friday was Spirit Day. The following day was the 96th annual rivalry game in which Orsimba took yet another win, surprising. And then the score was 26-0. The weekend after that was the fall festival in which the seniors had their booth to fundraise along with our cheerleaders who walked the parade and even performed as well. Since then, we had our picture day along with yearbook sales for all students. And more information on location, plans, and pricing for our senior trip have been released along with fundraising information with that. As for our sports, volleyball, girls flag football, golf, and cross country have begun their seasons. And last week, our volleyball girls had also won the game against Gustine. And for our flag football girls, they are still playing their preseason games, but their first league game will be the 22nd of September. Now for upcoming events, tomorrow on the 9th, there is a back to school night at Orsimba from 5:30 to 7:30, so just be sure to check that out. Enjoy all the events going on over there. For our FFA students, they begun the discussion of their Camp Sylvester trip, in which they began talking about their pricing along with fundraisers. Homecoming week is just around the corner, and the theme for this year is Season of the Warriors. All grades will have a meeting this week to talk about their ideas for their floats, decoration, and nominations for royalty. The senior class will be winter, junior class are fall, sophomores are summer, and freshmen will be spring. So just be sure to attend the football game next Friday to see the final results of each grade's masterpieces. That's all I have for you guys.
Thank you. Item C, our Beyond the Bell mascot proposal by Ms. Cassidy.
Good evening, board. Nice to see you again. Do you have that up? I was kind of taken by surprise. So what we did was, it came up a number of times after we rebranded and became Beyond the Bell instead of just ASP, after school program. Staff talked quite a bit about wanting their own mascot. And I said, no, that doesn't work like that. Because if you're at Barrington, then you're an Eagle. And if you're at Neolo and so on. And the conversation kept going. And that's kind of where we landed. And I kind of went, maybe I should think about this. So we talked about it. Staff talked about it, voted on it. The kids all voted. And here's the results. 6 reasons why they sold me. I came around. To provide a unifying symbols for all the students that are in program. Right now, about 850. My goal is 1,000 a year. 1,000 a day by the end of the school year. The mascot's character and appearance can embody our core principles, which is love, belonging, and safety. Skip down to digital marketing. We do a lot of social media and a lot of marketing that way. And a little avatar icon mascot could make that a little more fun. And number 5, just how lucky that kids that attend our programs could have 2 mascots from TK to 8. They'd have 2 to play with. So that's how I made a case to come to you. Mention that. 10 came down to these 3. The 10, almost all of them were not real things. There was a unicorn. There was a T-Rex. There was a slug. There was a llama. Those are real. And the kids picked the zebra. I don't know what it is, like 90% of the kids picked the zebra. So I'm to you asking humbly if you will allow me to do this and add another mascot to Newman Crow's Landing to represent Beyond the Bell.
And this is the informational part, so it'll come to a vote at the next board meeting.
Mm-hmm. So can I take, if you had questions, can I take them now or have to wait until next week, or next month?
Anybody have any questions for Ms. Cassidy?
No, but I voted for the zebra too.
Okay, see, what What happened? Apparently I'm out of touch. All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Item D, attendance awards, Dr. Seha. And if Benita wins all three, we're gonna have a problem.
We'll see. Good evening, President Cabral, Superintendent Pruitt, members of the board. It gives me great pleasure to announce the attendance awards for the month of August, our first month of the school year. And we're going to start with the attendance award for best staff attendance, and that will go to Barrington at 95%. Okay, next award is for the most improved attendance. And what I did is I looked at our attendance rate for each school site in May and compared it to our attendance rate in August. So the winner of this award is Bonita with an improvement of 4.46%. And the best student attendance for the month of August, and I should have just had them kept this award at their site. I don't know, I had them go back and get it a minute ago, but they could have just kept it there. So is Hunt with 98.83%. You know, I just wanted to say, on average, we have about 2 to 3% improvement for all our elementary sites as far as attendance rate is concerned for the month of August compared to August of 2024. So great job in all that you're doing with that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Item number E is our first reading of policy 4216, probationary permanent status. Dr. Seha, you want to add any information on that?
I have nothing to add other than we were looking through this policy and there were some updates that needed to be made as a result of some recommendations made to us by CSBA and the state of California.
Any questions for Dr. Seha? Thank you. Item number 8, the consent calendar. The consent calendar items are routine in nature and usually do not require board discussion. Individual items may be removed by board members and presented for discussion and separate action. The consent calendar will be adopted by a roll call vote. Could I get a motion for the consent calendar listed?
I make a motion.
Thank you, Mrs. Rudy.
I second.
Second, Mr. Walk, thank you. Mr. Walk,
Aye.
Ms. Gonzalez,
Aye.
Mr. Rivas.
Aye.
Ms. Rudy.
Aye.
Mr. Cabral says aye, 5-0. Item number 9, action item A, public hearing notice for textbook sufficiency. We'll open the public hearing at, what time you got, Mr. Rivas?
6:17, sir.
Anybody have anything to add on public hearing notice for textbook sufficiency, item A from the public? Seeing none, close at 18:18. I hope so. Action item B, approval of resolution 2526/3 regarding sufficiency of instructional materials. Could I get a motion for action item B?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Rivas, thank you. Second,
I second.
Ms. Rudy, thank you. Mr. Watt,
Aye.
Ms. Gonzalez,
Aye.
Ms. Rivas,
Aye.
Ms. Rudy,
Aye.
Mr. Cabral votes aye, 5-0. Action item C, approve tentative agreement between NCLTA and Newman-Curzon Unified School District for the 24-25 school year. Can I get a motion for action item C?
I make a motion.
Thank you, Mrs. Rudy. Second,
I'll second.
thank you, Mr. Rivas. Mr. Walk,
Aye.
Ms. Gonzalez,
Aye.
Mr. Rivas,
Aye.
Ms. Rudy,
Aye.
and Mr. Cabral votes aye, 5-0. Action item D, approve one-time payment in lieu of salary schedule increase for the 24-25 school year for non-represented groups. Can I get a motion on action item D?
I make the motion.
Thank you, Mrs. Gonzalez. Can I get a second?
I second.
Thank you, Ms. Rudy. Mr. Walk?
Aye.
Ms. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Ms. Rivas?
Aye.
Ms. Rudy?
Aye.
Ms. Cabral votes aye, 5-0. Item 10, future agenda items. Anybody have anything for the future? None listed. Item 11, our superintendent's report. Mr. Pruitt.
Thank you. I have a few things to report. One is I want to thank Derek for coming and doing a visit of the campus. It was kind of a different visit this time because he was going to the sites to, I guess, kind of hear from the employees. But there was a 2-hour window in the morning where we got a behind the scenes look. We went to the old cafeteria at Von Renner. I went to show him what the SSC building was, where our curriculum and instruction office was, all of the kind of non-student zones, so that as he's hearing about these things, now he has a visual picture of where things are and what they're doing. We went by the Beyond the Bell temporary office and just kind of, and he got to see some different things on campus that not everybody gets to see. So I thought it was a very good visit, and again, I think it was about just kind of seeing what's happening behind the scenes and who those people are. So I want to thank Kavita. Great job on your first presentation with many to come. And so thank you for that. And students, thank you. And Venetia, thank you again. Your first report of the year and it's your senior year. So enjoy it. And then I also want to kind of comment about the attendance. I know that people are working very hard at the sites to increase that attendance with the new short-term independent study rules, and it has made a difference. It's made a big difference. So again, part of that is recouping the attendance for all the students in our district so that we can continue providing the services that we are. And then another thing is we just had the first phase of the Williams Act visit today. It was the curriculum side of it. So thank you to Heather and the sites. Great job. We passed. And then we'll have the other Vargas with the facilities review for the Williams Act at the end of the week. So, and I'm looking forward to getting the report from that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Item 12, board report. Mrs. Rudy, do you have anything tonight?
Welcome, everybody. I had the opportunity to do a couple of the open house, and for Hunt Elementary, I wanted to let you guys know I had a grandmother that came up to me, and she was extremely happy with the lessons that the autistic program is giving her granddaughter. So she wanted me to be able to share it at the board meeting, how happy she was that she was finally able to communicate with her granddaughter. She says it was the first week and she was able to hold such a short conversation with her grandchild that was having difficulty speaking, but in that short first week of school, she saw a big change in her granddaughter, and she wanted me to let you guys know that she was very, very happy with the work that you guys are doing. And in that moment that I was there, her granddaughter looked up at me and asked me if I wanted to play with her because she had these puppets. And the grandmother started crying because the little girl never really verbally spoke to anybody other than her own family. So for me, it was really awesome to see that and to be there in that class with that teacher. So good job. So if you could relay that back to your people, but good job. Ms. Dollywall, nice presentation. I remember kindergarten. You were awesome, done a great job. So, I mean, we look forward to hearing more presentations from the kids. And Cynthia, thank you for your hard work and for being so transparent with us. We appreciate you. And to our student reporter, so nice to see you again, and thank you for keeping us up to date with everything. And I know that George and I think it's Maria, right? They don't get a lot of kudos, but we appreciate you guys for everything you guys do for us and for the school. So thank you guys. And Edward, you too. Thank you for your hard work. That's all I got.
Thank you. Mrs. Gonzalez?
I guess Maribel's trying to make everyone cry. Welcome, everyone. It's been a busy transition into September. I did vote for the zebra. The zebra kind of reminds me of, remember that bubble gum in the 90s with the zebra on it? Yeah,
Zebra
that
stripes.
one. That's why I voted for it. Takes me back to childhood. Speaking of childhood, I've been loving looking at all of the artwork around here from Barrington. Great job on your presentation tonight. It was beautiful. It's always so fun listening to all the kids. I remember one of them from that farmer's market that we went to. She was so lively, and I recognized her right away in the video. I will be visiting alternative ed later this week with Justin. I'm excited to observe the no cell phones to see how that's going. I know that can be challenging transition, especially if that's what kids have been used to, is having access to them. So looking forward to that. I will also be at OHS tomorrow for the back to school night with my godson. So if you see me, please say hi. And I think that's it. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but I hope everyone's having an easy and gentle transition back into the school year. I know it can be challenging getting into the routine, but everyone is doing a wonderful job. And I also hear great reports from families and from friends, just happy with the school year overall. So keep it up.
Thank you, Mrs. Gonzalez. Ms. Rivas?
I got a couple things. I just want to applaud for allowing the youth, not just the youth programs, to use the facilities. This past Saturday, our novice got to use the locker room to go in. They were like, "Are you serious?" And to see their faces, to go in there, they were just like in awe. So I just want to applaud you guys for allowing them to do that. You guys allowed them for also baseball too, to use the varsity field. So I know a lot of people say, oh, this and that, but they don't see the little stuff that we do. And I applaud you guys for that, because seeing those kids' faces, they were just like, they thought they were like the biggest kids out there running out, go in the locker room and everything. So I want to applaud you guys for that. Mrs. Tapia, I know you're doing a lot of work, probably not sleeping as much, but your work is going unnoticed. Good job. We appreciate it. I enjoy the Barrington paintings really well. Other than that, good job, guys, everyone. Keep it up.
Thank you, Mr. Rivas. Mr. Walk?
Yeah, so as Mr. Pruitt said, I was able to go on a facilities visit, and it was nice to see, things that you don't normally think about when you think about a school district and schools, and a lot of facilities that I didn't even know existed, and a lot have been remodeled recently, so it was good to see those remodels, and then to meet people that don't normally come in contact with all the time with the school district. So it's great to meet them. And then I was able to go to some school sites. I went to Barrington, YOLO, and OHS, and I was able to meet with some classified and certificated people, do a little meet and greet, introduce myself to them, and then see how their start of the year was going. And then I was able to attend the YOLO back to school night, and I was able to meet with some parents and staff and some students there as well.
Thank you, Mr. Walk. And myself, good job on the Barrington artwork. It looks good. Appreciate you guys bringing in something every meeting. We always have new decorations up on the wall. Shows how good our students are in the classroom. Pay attention and make good art, pictures and paintings with pretty good detail for elementary students. I don't really have much. That's it. That's pretty much all I have for tonight. So with that being said, we'll adjourn the meeting at 6:27 p.m.